Hi. Okay, it's not frozen. That's really awesome. Hi, thank you so much for joining me today. And today I am going to be talking about, after a few false starts, my Facebook Live kept freezing. So I'm going to be talking today about learning to trust your intuition and how to really start honoring it so that it can continue to open up even more. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Janet Raftis. I'm an energy healer and an intuitive development coach. I work with a lot of empaths and sensitive people, both through energy healing and teaching them how to work with their intuition and their empathy. So one of the things when we first start working with our intuition is that we don't know if we can trust it or not. Sometimes we question it, or we might judge it, or we might think that there's no way it could possibly be right. And last week I shared a really great tool on how to tell if something's a yes or a no in your body. And I will link that in the comments this week, because if you didn't see it, that's one of my most used tools for double checking intuitive hits. So when they come in, I allow myself to use that to get a sense of right or wrong. So that's one thing. But in addition to that, what is really important and useful for you to do is to really try to engage with it. So something that you could do is you could, for example, you meet a person for the first time and you get an intuitive hit that that there's something not right, that something feels off about the person. And a lot of times our tendency, especially for women, I'm a woman, so I'm going to speak for me and a lot of women that I know in our experience, we have been taught to be nice. We have been taught to be nice over what our intuition is telling us. And so this has caused us over time to really have a distrust or a confusion around what we are sensing inside of us. And so one thing we can do is we kind of like just take a few moments to say, okay, I'm getting an intuitive hit that this person doesn't feel right to me. Now, what I used to do is I used to be like, oh, that's just me being mean, or I shouldn't think that way about that person, or, I should give this person another chance. Surely I'm wrong. And in doing that, one of the things that happened is that I said a lot, oh, I knew I shouldn't have trusted that person, or I knew something wasn't right about that situation, right? And I got myself into quite a few scrapes with that. And so what I really try to do now is I just remember that if I get an intuitive hit about someone, that it's not a judgment against that person. It's just information. I really try to detach myself from the things I might be thinking about that person or myself and just take it in as information. So that's one thing that I do. When I started doing that and really recognizing that it's not me being mean, it's not me doing anything, it's just me being given information that could be useful to me, that shifted a lot for me. Another thing that you can do is you can keep a little notebook. Just get one of those little notebooks, or whatever size you like, that you can slip into your purse or into your back pocket and have with you. And when you get a hit about something, write it down. Because a lot of times we don't even remember the intuitive hits that we're getting, but we'll get a feeling or a sensation. So if we start writing them down, we can go back and check, and it'll be more accessible in our memory bank, so to speak. So taking notes and keeping on top of things and really allowing yourself to interact with the intuitive information is really powerful. Another thing that you can do is that you can really try to have fun with it. Enjoy your intuition. Another thing is that a lot of us have been really scared to use our intuition. We're scared of what we might see. We're scared that we might see something bad. You can set boundaries, and you can do that through your guides and through your higher self with the intention of, I don't want to see anything that will scare me. Just show me things that are for my best and highest good, or whatever feels right for you in that. And then remember that when you're working with your intuition and you allow it to be open, right? So what happens is we get scared or we create a judgment around it and we tend to close it down. Like that right there goes like this. So the information was like this, energetically we were open, it came in, and then we judged it or we shut it down, and it goes like that, right? So nothing more can get through. So even if we're like, wow, that feels crazy, or could that even be true? If we can keep the information open, it can be very useful for us with the intuition. So when it comes in, have fun with it. Be grateful for it. Hey, thanks for showing me that. I'm going to note it in my notebook. And and what more can you show me about this situation or about anything else? Because as soon as we interact with it in that open way, like you can imagine, I was thinking of it earlier today, like a window, right? We pull back the curtains and we open the window and everything starts to kind of pour in. We see the sunlight pouring in, right? And it feels really good. So when we doubt the information, it's like we're pulling the curtains again, right? We're creating that veil between it and us. But if we keep the curtains open, even if we don't understand it, if we keep the curtains open, then what happens is that sunlight can keep streaming through, right? And then if we are tired or we've had enough, then we can choose to maybe you'll draw the curtains for a little while and take a little rest. And then just go back and look at the things that you've noted, the things that you've jotted down every once in a while to see what's happened, what's come true, what hasn't come true. Knowing too that even if it hasn't come to pass yet, that it's still there. And I think that's all that I have to share today about that. There is a lot more. It's really multi-layered. A lot of trusting our intuition comes from healing. It comes from digging in deep and understanding what's going on in our fields and in our emotional body. But even if we just take that aside and we work just with flexing that muscle, using our intuitive muscle over and over again, you will see without a doubt that it will continue to grow. And if any of you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments. Also, if you have something that you would like to share, something that you do that helps you to practice and play with your intuition, that's really great. Oh, and always you can play with a friend too, and it can be a little like we can be shy with it initially, right? Doing that, but it's a lot of fun, even just pulling cards with friends and then being able to get that validation right away. Like, okay, I'm pulling these cards, but what I'm sensing, what I'm getting from spirit is blank. And then to have your friend go, yes, or, oh, that's almost it, or wait, can you tell me more? As you start engaging in that conversation, it can do a lot to really build your confidence with it. So, if you all don't have any questions, I will... I made a joke at my Energy Explorers retreat the other day. We pulled another card for our closing ceremony, and I said, you can never pull enough cards, and it was a lot of fun. So Scott is referring to that right now in his comment. It's true, cards are a lot of fun, but it's also a lot of fun to work with your intuition in a lot of other ways as well, and really starting to trust what's coming in. And that's one of the great things about divination tools, is it gives you like an external tool, but it also allows you to, you can also, in addition to the external tool, the card or the pendulum or whatever you're using, you can bring that answer back into your body and use the yes, no that I talked about last week that I'm gonna post in the comments. Monique asked herself questions to kind of test herself. And then she tries to listen to her body or intuition to lead her to the answer. Yes, that totally makes sense. That's exactly what I was just saying. That's awesome, Monique. Yes. So ask yourself the question or get the answer from the card or whatever divination tool you're using, and then bring it into your body and allow your body to confirm the answer for you. Does this feel right to me? That is my absolute favorite way to validate information. It's the one that I trust more than anything else, and it has not led me wrong. So thank you, Monique, for sharing that. That's really awesome. And does anyone else have anything now? And even if you don't have something right now, you can share it in the comments later. I'm sure I would love to see it, and it would probably be really helpful for others as well. So thank you all so much for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Have a good one. Take care. Bye.